Hello Scorpio, I hope you're all doing great and thanks for tuning in and all your support of my channel. And this is your mid to late April tarot and oracle card reading with an emphasis on what the full moon in Scorpio on 26 might be illuminating for you. So you have a full moon in your sign, your first house of self and self-expression, and it's a supermoon too, one of only two that we're having this year, which makes it all the more potent in energy. So it could be a very transformative time for you Scorpios, and a full supermoon in your first house, and you might be thinking about what is it that you want to happen in your life, what would bring you more happiness and fulfillment. And the full moon can shed a light on our hopes and dreams for the future and make us stop and think and go through a time of assessment to see if we're on the right track, so to speak. And you have also just had a new moon early April in your 6th house of health and well-being and work and daily routines, your lifestyle sector. So you might have recently made some important lifestyle changes in your life and you're now adjusting to those. So just bear in mind with a supermoon in your sign, you might be feeling more emotional than usual, but also more intuitive, and you might be craving more intimacy and want a deeper bond, want to form deeper bonds with those you care about, and you may be more drawn to esoteric things like tarot and divination, awakening your inner goddess, your inner high priestess. So be interesting to see what comes out for you, Scorpio. So I'll start off your reading with a goddess dream oracle. And you have transformation. Fancy that. Be open to change. And you are ruled by Pluto, the planet of deep change and transformation, and also fiery Mars. And you have the fiery Mars energy here. But I feel that it's all good change coming in for you. This is like the Sun, which is a card of success and creativity and happiness and fulfillment. And then you have happiness, joy of life. Number 14. This card reminds me a lot of the Empress energy. And the Empress is all about abundance and prosperity, and she's the queen of her world, the Empress. She's the boss. She says what goes, and the only one above her is the Emperor in tarot. And with the rabbit or the hare here, it could be a very fertile time for you too, with a full moon in your sign, Scorpio. So just bear that in mind, that your fertility levels could be quite high if you're not wanting to start a family or have more children if you already have children. Great energy if you're wanting a child. So next I'm going to get you the Ocean Stargate Oracle. And I always list all the decks that I use in the description box below if you want to find out more about any of them. And you have friendship. A friend from the past will bring you much joy. That's interesting. Because you do have the Sun, lovely Venus, and Mercury, the planet of connections and communications, in your 7th house of relationships and partnerships. Oh, just a minute. Sorry, I just had to go out and see to the crows. They brought out a baby one, and I think it must be male because he's very vocal, and I gave them something to eat before, but he's never full. He still thinks he's hungry. So he's out there making a terrible racket. So what I was saying before is that you have the Sun, Mercury and Venus all in your 7th house of relationships and partnerships, and the 7th house is all your one-on-one relationships, your partner, your a love interest. It could be a family member, a business partner, or friendship, as it says here. And you might be, so this is happening for you during Taurus season from the 19th of April to mid-May. You have the Sun in your 7th house, so there may be some opportunities as well for some mutually beneficial partnerships in either your personal life or your work or career. So a friend could put you onto a really great job opportunity or something like that, or give you an idea for a business that you could start up from home or anything like that. Or it could be new love for some of you as well. I wouldn't rule that out. If you're single and you're looking for love. And then you have follow your intuition, which I'm not surprised to see come out. And this came out for Cancer as well, your fellow water sign. People are waiting for you. Make contact with the ones in your visions. And I got this same message for Cancer, that you might have some very intense and weird dreams with a supermoon in your sign on the around the time of the 26th, the end of April. And you may even find your psychic abilities awakening, that sort of thing, and reconnecting with the divine and the universal consciousness, or some intuitive hits. So we'll get started with your tarot. I'm going to get you a tree wisdom card at the end. I'm using a crystal power tarot for these full moon in Scorpio readings. Can we have some guidance for our Scorpios, please, for mid to late April, especially what the full moon in their sign may be illuminating for them. For Scorpio, spirit guides and angels. There's the star trying to come out. Oh. This happened for Cancer as well. Just a big glob of cards just came out for Cancer as well. So we'll see what we have here. You have the World, 21, titanium quartz. I celebrate life and welcome new energy. So it's not only a time of important transformation and change for you, it's a whole new cycle opening up for you as well with the World. I feel that you'll get an opportunity to do something that you've been wanting to do for a while with this energy. And Cancer got a very similar message as well. And often the water signs all have very similar messages. A chance to follow your dreams, they're telling me. So keep a lookout for any opportunities that come along. And you have a lot of the lotus energy here, which is a very spiritual flower. It represents enlightenment. So it could be a bit of a journey of self-discovery, especially having the full moon in your first house of self. And self-expression and self-love is very important, because the lotus starts off in the murky depths of the pond, and then it moves up grows up through the water, which represents our emotions. And then when the bud reaches the sunlight, the air, it blooms, which represents enlightenment. So some great new energy coming in for you, a whole new cycle, I feel. And then you have the Nine of Swords, which is like the other end of the scale, the air energy. Sugar light, I trust in the present moment. So you have been worried about something here, Scorpio, and when we're going through these times of big change and transformation, it is overwhelming and worrying, because we're thinking, as humans, we don't like change. We're frightened of change. It's just a human thing, and we like things to stay the same, and we'll stay in the same situation even if it's not good for us, because we're frightened to change. So trust that everything is going to be okay for you here, especially with the World coming out in your reading. They're saying not to worry. The World card outweighs the Nine of Swords being a major arcana card. The World is a card of success and victory. And that's been a recurring theme in all the readings. The Nine of Swords has been coming out for nearly all the signs, because we're all going through a big change as a collective, and it frightens us. So you're probably not on your own in this if you're feeling this energy of the Nine of Swords and up late at night worrying about stuff and that sort of thing. And of course, a lot of us have had our lives turned upside down by the pandemic and everything else that's been happening. So we'll continue on with your reading. You have the Ace of Wands here, which is lovely, fiery energy, the red garnet. I'm inspired to follow my passion. And as I said with the World card, I've been getting the message that you're going to get the chance to do something that you've been wanting to do for a while now, but the circumstances haven't been right for you to do it. And the Ace of Wands is very much a message to take action. It's time to take action on something. And that it will be very successful. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles as well, Malachite. And Cancer also got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, but around the other way. I am always rewarded for all that I do, and the Ace of Pentacles is always a great card to get if you have been worried about your finances or your career or your business. It's often a message that some unexpected funds are coming in. And how this all manifests will be different for all of you, being a general reading. It could be a chance to do your dream job. It could be a chance to start your own business, something you're passionate about. Or it could just be a renewed zest for life. And extra funds coming in that you didn't expect, which is always good news. And then you have the Nine of Wands, more fiery garnet energy. I'm strong for as long as I need to be strong. So the Nine of Wands is a message to have courage. It's the Wounded Warrior card. And you might have been through a bit of a tough time and you're still feeling the effects of it with the Nine of Swords there. And the Nine of Wands is always a message that the most difficult time is now over and things are going to start improving. And don't put up barriers and keep fighting a battle when the battle is now over. And then you have the Hermit, number 9, card of Virgo. And the stone for the Hermit is turquoise. I follow my own path. So as I said before, all these energies, having a supermoon in your sign and going through this important time of transformation, can be a bit overwhelming and scary and intense. So the Hermit is asking you to take some time out just to go within and connect with your inner light. Maybe reconnect with any spiritual practices or spiritual beliefs that you have as well. And the star is very prominent in this depiction in this depiction of the Hermit. So the star is always a message that the worst is over and things are going to improve in a big way. A light in the darkness here. And following your own path and not being afraid to be your own unique self and express your unique ideas. A Virgo could be important in your life. An earthy Virgo. Virgos like to focus on the finer details of things. And Virgos like to plan ahead and set goals. So I'm going to clarify your cards with the Gateway Oracle. Some more information for our Scorpios, please. Mid to late April. That one wants to come out. Hearing messages from Spirit. I'm a clear channel for messages from Spirit. And I always get with this card that some good news is coming in as well. With these letters. And there's a love heart here, so it could be new love for some of you. Or some other message that's important to your situation that's going to help you move forward in some way. An awakening ancient wisdom, deep inner knowing is emerging within me. And this has been a message all throughout your reading as well. Time of deep change and transformation and going through an awakening, a rebirth. And emerging into grace. I open my soul to grace, which is allowing the divine to guide you and trusting that everything's going to work out okay. Having faith and revealing radiance. My light illuminates the world. So keeping your vibrations high here, Scorpio. The pearl of wisdom as well. And you did get the Hermit before, the wise man. So someone might impart some wise advice to you as well. Mid to late April. Just make sure you're open to it. And you did get the Ace of Wands before, so it's all about renewed passion and inspiration and zest for life here as well. So I'll finish your reading with a Tree Oracle card. Had this one come out, Control. Hazel Tree. Becoming attached to your own thoughts and ideas creates scenarios of how things should be. This form of control stifles your flow. Focus on things that you can control and release the things that you can't. Tune into your inner wisdom and trust the way forward will be shown. That's interesting because you got that message before. Trust that everything's going to be okay. There's no need to worry. And we all do this. We all do this thing where we have an idea of how things should go, and then we get disappointed when they don't work out the way that we thought they should have worked out. And it's a lifelong process to learn to go with the flow and trust that everything's going to work out. So I hope you receive some guidance from your full moon reading, full moon in your sign. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. And I'll be putting the May readings out for all the signs soon, hopefully, as well. And I do 3 full readings a month now. I do the general monthly readings, which are fairly comprehensive, and then I do a new moon angel reading early month, and then I do a mid to late month full moon reading, which is this one. So make sure you hit the little notification bell so you don't miss any of them, because they often all tie in together, I find, as well, the messages. So enjoy the rest of your April. Bye for now.